Pardon me if I am sniffly. I'm having an allergy attack. Ugh. Or sneeze. But anyway. Hello everyone, Bubba Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 56 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. Today we have a new event, Heaven's Turn. So first I must go to Limsa. Also, pardon me if I end up blowing my nose at some point. Okay, so we have the Heaven's Turn event, and then storyline. Yay. So we'll be going back to... Ooh, yeah, actually, nothing to buy, thankfully. To be a mascot. Well met, friend, and welcome to our festivities. I am known in my homeland as of Hingashi as the Ryu Mitsuke. It is my delegation's solemn charge to share our Heaven's Turn custom with the peoples of Eorzea, that we might join hands in revelry. Although Heaven's Turn is observed in both our lands to mark the coming of a new year, there is a difference between our traditions. Here in Eorzea, a deity is chosen from among the 12 to preside over the heavens, while in the Far East we honor one of the 12 noble beasts. And this year the beast is the mighty Ryu, a creature you Eorzeans might liken to a dragon. Now, in order to liven up the festivities, we decided to have a pair of horsebird hatchlings, or should I say chocobo chicks, serve as mascots. Winsomely dressed in draconic attire, we were certain that they would delight all who laid eyes upon them. However, when the Ryu Bugyo, the leader of our delegation, presented one of the chicks to a crowd, the reception was disappointingly mute. We know not where we erred. I say, you are an adventurer, are you not? In the course of dispensing aid, you must have acquired some insight into the people's interests. Loath though I am to impose, will you not help us to identify our plan's failings? In so doing, we may yet find a way to win over the locals with our mascots. Yeah, sure. You have my thanks. To begin, I ask that you seek out the Ryu Bugyo. For one to pass her by, she decided to wander around this plaza with her hatchling. When you find her, pray ask her for her account of our dilemma, and then help us find a solution. Yeah. I want to look at this person's armor. Oh, I know where they got that from, okay. Showed a shoulder pad that I was like, huh, it's interesting. Oh, curious about our delegation too, are you? That as well, for I was just about to introduce our mascot Ryunosuke to this young lady. Feast your eyes on a horsebird among horsebirds, the pinnacle of plumage. I dare say Heaven's Turn has never hatched a mascot as utterly charming as our regal Ryu. While he's certainly adorable, what's a Ryu? Why do you have him dressed up in that costume? An excellent question. You see, we wish to present the charms of the Chocobo and the Ryu in a lovable package. Just look at him waggle his scaly little tail. It's an exquisite combination, you must agree. And it would be remiss of me not to mention the craftsmanship that went into the outfit. Our weavers spared no effort to evoke the might and majesty of the Ryu in the diminutive form before you. The finished product is simply divine, is it not? I suppose. I still don't know what a Ryu is, but never mind. Thank you for letting me play with him. Yet again, I failed to convey the virtues of our mascot. You come at the Ryu Metsuke's behest. I should be most grateful for your aid, adventurer. I seek only to share our mascot's charms with the people of Eorzea, but my every attempt has ended in failure, as you've just witnessed. Try as I might, I cannot see what I am doing wrong. If you have any advice, anything at all, I would be most eager to hear it. Adorable is well and good, but you can't forget the other things. You may want to talk more about the Ryu. I want to say that. Talk about the Ryu, you say, rather than tediously explaining tradition. I had hoped to initiate the people through our mascots. You believe this is not enough? They're not even saying anything about the tradition. Pardon me. Oh, man. It really just hit me out of nowhere. Might avail me to speak with that young girl as well. Let her gaze upon Ryunosuke once more and... Excuse me. Oh, wherever did our little mascot go? Followed after the girl, you say? We must find him, and quickly. Please, adventurer, will you not help with the search? Thank you. Now then, I believe the girl set off in the direction of the tavern. The drowning wench, was it? If we find her, I dare say we will find Ryunosuke. Onwards. Ah, thank goodness you're here. I've been asked this guardswoman about the girl, but I'm struggling to make myself understood. Perhaps you could help clear things up. The lady says she's looking for a girl with a Ryu, but I haven't the faintest what that is. To rephrase, there's a Chocobo wearing a costume. Imagine a dragon, a tiny green dragon with googly eyes. Ah, then you must be speaking of the odd little critter I spotted a few moments ago. It was wearing what looked like a dragon costume and was waddling after a young girl. I'm afraid I didn't observe where they went, though. Sorry I couldn't be of help. Many thanks for your assistance. In my haste, I had neglected to explain the meaning of the word Ryu. As Ryu Metsuke told me, the creature doesn't exist in Eorzea. If I had begun by clarifying that it is similar to a dragon, I could have avoided the misunderstanding. Oh, I dare say I don't know why our mascot has so struggled to win over the masses. I shall speak with his guardswoman a little more, in case she has aught else of note to share. Once I'm finished, I plan to scour the upper decks. In the meantime, might I trouble you to search the lower decks? Once we have finished, let us reconvene at Bulwark Hall. Sure. Oh, man. Alright, so I'm supposed to go... no, not this way. There's people to talk to, there we go. A young lass and a chocobo chick. I spied them walking past the Aetherite, though I can't say where they went from there. Here's the girl and the chocobo passed through the Aetherite Plaza. So they went this way. So many people here. Oh, hi. I know the last you're after. Sibley's her name, and she's the daughter of a fellow merchant. Good friend of mine, in fact. You'd be hard-pressed to find a happier father and daughter. They go fishing at the river together all the time, they do. But they'll soon set sail for faraway lands, I'm told. Sibley's worried sick, and for good reason. The ocean's fickle mistress, and even a simple voyage could cost a man his life. Any road, she came through here earlier, but I'm afraid I couldn't say where she is now. Perhaps someone else can help you there. You've learned something of note. Continue scouring the lower decks for more information. Scour away. Got such a tickle in the nose. Ugh. A girl with an oddly dressed chocobo chick. She passed by here just earlier. She looked a little lost, so I asked her if she needed help, but she told me she was fine, and she was heading to the Ageless River. So I left it at that. I can't help but worry for her out there on her own. Hope you find her soon. You believe you have found enough information on Sibley's whereabouts? Make your way to Bulwark. Call and report your findings to the Rio Bugio. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Woof. That cleaned me out a little bit. I'm gonna try and last the hour or so. There you are, by your triumphant expression, dear. I hope you've learned something of the little girl and her mascot. Yes, I have. I've learned quite a bit. Way more than what you've gotten. So that girl Sibley was headed to the Ageless River. That you should find just the information we need is auspicious. Oh man, auspicious indeed. For my part, in the course of speaking with the locals, I was able to learn more about dragons. That is, while they have many similarities with the Ryu of the Far East, they are in fact different creatures. I had been under the impression that they were one and the same, but be it their folklore or their status in moral society, they are quite distinct. I assumed that the people of Eorzea were like me, but they thought that Ryu was simply a dragon by another name. I suppose it is little wonder that Sibley looked so puzzled during our first encounter. When next we find her, I shall do my utmost to explain the true meaning of our mascot. Now off to the Ageless River with us. Huh. I think I can just go out this way and be fine. Yep, I am perfectly fine. Alright, I'm gonna change this up so it's not just dismount. Yeah, that works, so... There. So it'll be mixed in, but it won't always pop up. How do you? I wish you didn't have to go, Papa. Huh? You're the adventurer from before. What are you doing here? Oh, thank the Kami we found you, Sibley. And the lady in the fancy helmet, too. How did you know my name? We sleuthed it out. I see, I'm sorry to cause you both trouble. I just wanted to visit my papa's favorite fishing spot. Your chocolate chick ended up following me all the way. Well, he's safe with you now. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. Hey, wait a moment. In the course of searching for Ryunosuke, we couldn't help but learn that your father was soon embark upon a voyage that has left you feeling troubled. I realize we are but strangers, but if you're not averse, will you not talk to us about it? It's alright. My papa, he's heading to Higashi for trade. I heard that it's a long and dangerous journey, and it made me worry. I wanted to pray to the navigator to keep him safe at sea. But then I found out that Limlian wasn't chosen this heaven's turn, and it made me worry even more. Yeah, she's a fickle mistress. And again, that's usually how it is with all the gods. Well, most of them at least. I see. As you say, it isn't the navigator but the keeper who presides over the heavens this year. But I'm not the navigator. I thought I could at least pray to a god from the Far East. That's why I went to talk to you. So that is the way of it. You came to me hoping to beseech our divinities to protect your father. But in my fervor to showcase our mascot, I failed to lend an ear to your earnest desire. Well, I hear you now, young one, and I shall tell you a tale about the Ryu that will grant you comfort. I need to recall a suitable one. Something that ideally features the ocean. Quit! I don't do Chocobo well. Oh, what's gotten into you, little one? Curious what lies that way, are you? It's a place called Lone Whisper Canyon. Papa told me that the waterfalls appeared there after the calamity, and they changed the flow of the Nim River. The waterfalls changing the course of a river. I believe I had the perfect tale for you, Sibley, one that will boast your spirits as your father departs on his journey. Let us head to these waterfalls that we might avail ourselves of their ambience. Even Ryunosuke is keen, and we wouldn't want to ignore such a fortuitous omen. Oh, that drink disappeared quick. I'm like a dragon. Come, let us head to these waterfalls. They will provide us the perfect setting for my tale. Oh, man. I really feel sorry about having to sniffle and sneeze in y'all's ears while I'm trying to do this, but this is the only time I have this week to do this. And I don't want to miss out on the event. Another cutscene. Let us begin. The Ryu is a creature that shares many similarities with the dragons of Eorzea, but as I myself recently discovered, is in fact a distinct being. Nor is there just the one Ryu. Nay, there exist myriad individuals, all of whom have their own tales, and that creature I will speak about is the mighty Seiryu, one of the four lords, whose legend holds birth the great waterfall in the Far East. Kue! That does sound exciting, doesn't it? In the region of Yangsha flows the One River, and its plentiful waters nourish nearby lands. In ages past, it is said Seiryu drank so deeply the river that he altered its very course, and in so doing gave rise to a waterfall, the Dragon's Struggle. While it's not widely known, Seiryu is also regarded as a guardian deity who protected people from disasters of water. Disasters like storms and floods. Indeed. Long ago, it was believed that calamities could be quelled by sacrificing a young maiden to the divine beast such as Cerebral. And while no written records exist, there is a tale of a seaside village that fell in the path of a raging storm. Desperate to calm the heavens, the villagers offered up to Cerebral one of their daughters. However, Cerebral showed no interest whatsoever in the young girl. He merely knew that the villagers' plight was enough for him, it seemed, that he turned the course of the storm and spared them untold devastation. A benevolent being is Cerebral who wields his power over water for good. Even now he hears our prayers and protects us and our loved ones from harm. That, my dear, is just one example of the noble beast we celebrate this heaven's turn. Together let us offer a prayer to Cerebral and wish your father safe travels in calm waters. Sounds perfect, miss. Thank you so much. You must thank Ryunosuke as well. Were it not for him, I might not have recalled the tale of Cerebral. Now you can pray to Cerebral for safe travels too, adventurer. Oh, but perhaps you already heard this story. Ah, interesting. My character had a different response. That was my first time hearing it too. Really? Well then, I'm glad we could hear it together. Now that I think on it, miss, you said that no written records exist for that tale. How did you come to know it? An astute observation, Sibley. You see, my family is said to be descended from the maiden who was offered to Cerebral. As long ago as the event took place, there's no way to confirm the tale's veracity, but if true, then it is by the grace of Cerebral that I am here, alive. Thus I have made it my mission to spread the word of his noble kind. Looking back from the time you followed after Sibley, it is as if you have been guiding me, little one. I may be your caretaker, but it was you who was watching over me. Just like an honest-to-God's Ryu. With this, I now know what I must do to initiate people into our traditions, and I shall continue doing so for as long as Ryu reigns in the heavens. Come, let's head back to the city proper, together. We wouldn't want to make your father worry now, would we, Sibley? Oh, man. So after we finish this event, we'll go back to Falcon's Nest in Western Kurthus. We'll continue the storyline. I think we're going to try and get to Ice Heart. And then we'll go from there. I think they're back at the F Castle. Yep. There we go. There you are, adventurer. Lest you wonder, young Sibley is now safely home. And I've just apprised Ryumetsuke of our fruitful outgoing. Now that I have discovered a more suitable approach to my draconic dilemma, I wish to wander the city again for onlookers. Though I regret to impose upon you once more, your support with Sibley was most helpful. Might you accompany me while I make my rounds about the area? With your discerning eyes, I am certain that you could readily identify those who might be receptive to our message. What say you? Fine. I'm truly grateful. Come, let us set forth at once. Ryu, Bugio, and Ryunosuke are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Leave the Ryu, Bugio, and Ryunosuke behind by entering a different area or by speaking to them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have the Ryu, Bugio, and Ryunosuke accompany you again, return and speak with them at their original location. Now, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Let's just get a mosey. What the hell is that Chocobo chick supposed to be dressed up as? Ryunosuke here is wearing a costume that mimics the Ryu, dragons of the Far East. It is held that these creatures have mastery over water, and a sailor such as your good self may benefit from knowing about them. Huh. If you ask me, it looks more like a sea serpent. Hold it. It wouldn't have anything to do with that thrice-damned primal Leviathan, would it? I assure you that there's no connection whatsoever. Far from causing disasters of water, the Ryu is a benevolent beast that protects us from them. If you're interested in knowing more, I invite you to seek us out at Daft Castle. Is that right? Still here in Limsa, we've got the Navigator, with all the protection we need on the high seas. Ah yes, I understand the people of your nation look to Limland and favor them with safe voyages. But be that as it may, disasters of water can strike beyond the bounds of the sea, in which case placing your faith in the Rio can provide you with added insurance. Ha! I suppose it don't hurt to have more friends in high places, as it were. Fine, fine. I'll go and see what this is all about. Oh, there's the Bugio. Yes? How can I assist you and your curiously dressed chocobo chick? If I may shed some light on the mystery of our mascot, little Ryunosuke here is named for the Ryu, dragons of the Far East. Oh, I thought dragons are supposed to be fearsome. This fellow looks anything but. Our costume companion notwithstanding, the Ryu is in fact a powerful and fearsome beast, yet by the same token, they are fondly regarded as symbols of good fortune. Should you be curious about them, we would be glad to tell you more at the Aft Castle. Venus, Greta were both fear and fondness intriguing. Perhaps I'll pay a quick visit to the Aft Castle before returning to work. Alright, time to... I think it's the Bismarck I gotta go to. By the gods, I just resolved to salve my soul with the sight of adorable creatures this year, and what should appear but the most charming of chocobo chicks. What's your name, little one, and what is that winsome outfit you're wearing? You have a keen eye, sir. This little fellow is Ryunosuke, and he is dressed as a Ryu, a dragon of the Far East. By thus attiring heirs to his favorite beast and burden, we have to create a symbol of friendship between our lands. Well now, that this adorable form should harbor such splendid symbolism. I've never heard of this Ryu before, but now I am keen to know more. In that case, sir, I invite you to seek us out at the Aft Castle anon. There we will be glad to answer all your questions. Excellent! We shall head there at once. Oh, what a relief to see the locals take an interest in the Rio. I dare say we've gathered enough people, so let us head back to the Aft Castle. Quick little port. A hop, skip, and a jump. So our Bugio makes a triumphant return. You have done a tremendous job to pique the interest of so many. You're too kind, Metsuke. None of this would have been possible without the adventurer Ryunosuke's help. There you are, miss. My papa wanted to meet you, so I brought him. So you're the kindly folks who helped my sibling. I haven't the words to properly thank you, but I'm truly grateful for what you've done. I'm glad to see my girl smiling again. Pray do not mention it, sir. We too owe Sibley's much more. How fares the preparation for your journey, if I may ask? Very well, thank you. And with Sibley praying to this legendary Seiryu for my safety, no matter how far I venture from home, I have no doubt all will be well. I shall pray for your safety as well. What little we might do to help you on your way, we gladly do it. Indeed, while sharing the blessing of the divine beast is a fine thing. That is more rewarding to our delegation than fostering friendship between our lands. For all the help you have afforded us, I wish to give you a proper reward, yet I do not know what might be suitable. Kweh! Kweh kweh! Ryunosuke, are you saying you wish to accompany our adventurer friend? Huh. I believe the little one wishes to be your charm against tumultuous waters, and you would be hard-pressed to choose a better companion. We still have Ryuji to aid us in our work, so if you wish, Ryunosuke is yours. Ryunosuke, my little guardian, thank you for everything. May your divine aura keep our friends safe. And may you and yours enjoy the rest of the Heaven's Turn season, my friend. Know that wherever the Ryu roars, good fortune shall be upon you. Sweet, I got a new pet. Should you wish to draw Omikuji, the Omikujishi has returned to offer his services for the remainder of the celebration. Seek him out for a Heaven's Turn fortune. Furthermore, 12 extra fortunes have been divined this year. Keep a watchful eye on the adventure section of your Omikuji, and discover what new journeys might lie in wait for you. I guess we go ahead and do those. Next time on Dragon Ball. Haha. Oh yeah, my bag is still kind of messy. Actually, the Omikuji is over here. I might look at those. I didn't do that on my main. Greetings, my friend. I deal in Omikuji, traditional Far Eastern fortunes. Would you care to draw one? You may draw as many as you like, but know that you must pay a fee of 100 gil per draw. Fine. Very good, I shall be happy to oblige. I'll do just one. Great fortune. Thou shalt experience extraordinary fortune. Keep these words of guidance in thy heart. Adventure. Seek out sights thou hast yet to behold. Relationships. Fortunate are those who do not stray from their friends. Prosperity, all shall be thy desire. Throw open coffers without fear. Conflict, beyond repetition lieth truth. Neglect not thy training. Favor, be fierce like unto the fury, and victory shall be assured thee. Constantly you're fortunate to close this one. Would you like to proceed? Yeah, sure. How did you fare? Whether it was the desired result or otherwise, I pray the words imparted by the fortune serve to guide you in the coming days. Oh. Alright, so I did one fortune. That would be fine. Alright, so I need a port. We are going to Falcon's Nest. And also, there's Ryunosuke. Oh yeah, I can't fly anymore. I need to pick those up. Time to continue the story. Well, Master Hero, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Elvier at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. I'm sure you are aware the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. Patrol is due to return from a sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgon Mills. It's possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Master Hero knows well the place I speak of, for it was he who first discovered it. Let's divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit the refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. And wise use of our time. Come, Hero. I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Give me a second. Alright, so I think that mission right there, I'm gonna need it, because I think that one gives me access to, oh yeah, that's Aether Currents, no, collection, we're gonna put that down here. I'm gonna need that Aether Compass. To allow me to fly in this area. Yep. So these symbols mean that when I complete this quest, I get one Aether Current, and I'm gonna need a whole set of them for each area in order to fly that area. Bridge over frozen water. You have a moment to talk. A short while ago, one of the workers from House of Mail asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. I'd asked the Dragoons to do it, but they're too busy They're so busy it'd be weeks before they found the time. I do it myself, but there's so many of the beasts that I fear to be swarmed and outnumbered. You're capable, man. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. Sure thing. Oh, there's an anti-current right there. Yay. Just gotta tune to these, and then I'm good, golden gravy. To the northwest? Jesus, that's a long-ass stretch. You don't want to fight me. Again, do not fight me. You will not like what you will end up having happen to you. And then, since I unlocked it, so there's 4 to find and 5 quest ones. Stun you. Don't you dare sneeze ice at me. Eat my crits. Summit Yelms North. Still north. Probably go up this way. Oh, I guess it actually is over here. Oh, there it is. I'm getting this first. This is important, because I want to be able to fly again. Yay. I now have 2 out of the required 4. Master Hero, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It would seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. You cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Hero. Oh, you mean sitting back and letting me do all the work? Okay, Alphino. Oh. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Till my hand stops shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead. And when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. What happens when you run ahead, bitch? Taken down. The beasts are slain, then. My thanks, Master Hero. We may return to our duty without fear of mauling. Oh, I got a pet out of this? What? We got a little white-up Alphino. From one heretic to another. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is that not so? The records we discovered ere that those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of Fang and Claw, but I'd wager these epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfield to pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. It is hardly a choice at all. There's one more to get. Where is it at? Oh, can't go in there. Is it upstairs? Might be upstairs. Seems like they would do something like that. Make you run right by one. Yep, there it is. Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levier and Sarastinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here, then? Every one of these pages is a record of dealings betwixt the Gorgon Mills heretics and their fellows in the Octopi Amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Great. Oops. Sounding out the amphitheater. The Octopi Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? Yep. That is our destination. The journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. We must place our faith in the Aethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Monbrita succeeded in recreating the Octopi beacon before it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. Yeah. Pardon. My nose. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgonia Mill seems to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, the wager still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Augustidian, but in the course of mapping the snow-cloaked tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Interesting. Report to Ingrid. Yeah, so I'm going down that way. Okay, so it's on the other side of the bridge. I might need to drop down. Oh, never mind. There's a kind of track here. Oh, actually I gotta drop down further. Ah, the guest of House Fortalk, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. Can't imagine what brought you out this far, but you're welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Aquaphon beacon still functions, it was prayed at the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the Primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics would not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Them be fighting in them hills. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Yeah. Oh no, I'm out of tissues. Perhaps we should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, it is not enough that you banish our beloved saint. Will you not be satisfied till the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You will walk with the dragon. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may Dragon Wings bear us to victory.
guard is down. Focus. Release. Know your folly.
Messing him up. We finally got him. Dang. That was quite a few. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. See no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. Or would you have asked that we do not already know? We make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Justinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpole. 500 years past, it is told that the Azure Dragoon of that age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. Fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. Oh, man. It's been a bit since I've had the issue of a sinus attack. A dreamy dragon lies to the west, far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would visit first. I'm told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jetsalot, may have information of use to us. Now, mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I'm willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors, then, and temper our haste with the measure of caution. So, fully to the west. Oh man, I was kind of hoping I was going to sneak by that bitch. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, come on. You can get up there. Damn. Really miss flying. There's my Aether current. I'll take it. Well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising. But you have a frail look about you, boy. Give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. You're not so quick to judge. I've seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jantalot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you in? Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? Aye, I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Hero, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Yeah. Question the people. Get this done. Ooh, Aether current. Baby steps. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Azure Dragoon's company. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple, and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay 3 of those, and then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. For all the nights to come. Cowards, all of you! Have you no shame at all? Oh, I bet you're... Wait. Are you not Master Hero? Honored Ward of House Forton. Praise Heloni, surely you will consider my request. I know you the Dusk Vigil. Westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the Horde's approach. 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Not really. Very good indeed. There's a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Camp of the Convictors. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray seek as many as you can, hero. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Renton, Vermont, and Burton that wanders in and out of the camp? Huh? Are there any heretics in the area? I've got the faintest idea. My heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. Care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Until one sticks a knife in your jugular. Looking for heretics, you say? Huh. Why don't you go and bother Paraquat or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. There's no business of mine of what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Phew. Something I can help you with, my lord. Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself. No need to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We'd be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know that we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please my lord, I'm Paraquat, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Gentilot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed in the service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart is able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signifier. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining the ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. If that's so, why then, I'm minded to start a fire. Purple flame, purple flame. If we're to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto the campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. Interesting. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, hero? It should provide a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Pastor Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel, and this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again in the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Protecting what's important. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing. And killing, besides. I'm sure you've noticed the dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. Tell them you're looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. You can get their numbers a little. Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Alright, everyone. I'll be right back. I need to take a quick bio. Alright, I'm back. Can't aggravate with me all you want. You're still gonna die. Yes. Oh. Now you get a few free whacks in on me. Down for the count. Oh man. Pardon me for seizing your ear again. I might need to cut this one short. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit longer, then I'm gonna cut it early. I'm just sneezing now, constantly. That's not gonna get any better. Sorry, everyone. Well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again, and then if no one sees those bears, they'll be nary a scrap to eat. Do they listen? Huh. I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Yeah, we'll do that one. And just like that, we knocked another one out. Slayed those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Good work, lad. Clearly the average dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. Sounded like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. You want to try your hand at hunting down dragons. If dragons, speak with me again sometime. I really just want the Aether Current. Ooh, that was rough. If I was in combat, that would have been a death. What's this? A ward of House Forton wishes answer to this vigil. You'd be aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts, and God only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast, not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill himself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Yay, new dungeon. Nope, this is the wrong way. I was kind of hoping to get around him. Alright, so that's all the ones I can find. I gotta do the quest one, though. So it seems that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alpha now. This must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Excuse me. Oh, there's purple smoke.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here. So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress. 'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Hraesvelgar, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity.
So, all these people turning into dragons from the heretics, by consuming dragon blood, why didn't she just turn into a dragon?
Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelga ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelga instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelga resides.
Uh-oh.
Is autumn mist, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
I need a rest in a blizzard, though.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Where the chocobos roam. You're a hero, yes. Pray address me as you sail, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that the fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. History is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the chocobo forest. Alright, everyone, I'm so sorry, but I can't do it anymore. I gotta cut this episode a little bit short. So, about a half an hour early. I'm pretty sure you guys don't like me sneezing and blowing my nose in your ear anyways and sniffling. We got pretty far, though. We did the event. Anyways, thank you all for watching part 56 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy 14. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Those are the people in the future that have been watching this. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. Keep with the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. No spoilers, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you then. Later.